Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'll go for fourth unit. That is what the design of riveted joints, design of welded joints, and design of power screws. Okay. So I studied two chapters here. So that is what a design of riveted joints as well as design of welded joints. Okay. So now, now this is a syllabus for fourth unit here. Okay. So we have three chapters here. We have three chapters. One is you need to go for design of riveted joints. Okay. So next is welded joints. Next is power screws. Okay. So in welded joints, you need to go for the design of so simple lap joint, butt joint, as well as other structural joints, and design of boiler joints and tank and structural joints. Okay. Then you need to design the riveted brackets. You need to design the riveted brackets. Okay. So especially this chapter, design of riveted brackets. Okay. So it's similar to the so design of threaded fasteners. Okay. So when they are subjected to eccentric loading. Okay. When they are subjected to eccentric loading, it is similar to the same procedure. And in a design of threaded fasteners, you need to find out the core diameter, but in this case, you need to find out the diameter of the rivet. Procedure is same. Okay. Procedure is same only for this design of riveted brackets. Okay. Next, coming to the first chapter, that is what riveted joints here. Okay. So rivet is a small element consisting of three parts. Consisting of three parts. So one is its head, another one is its body, and another one is its tail portion. Okay. So now this is a rivet, so made up of some ductile materials. Sometimes it may be made up of aluminum, sometimes it may be made up of steel. Okay. And material which is has to be easily formed. Okay. Easily formed. So now this portion is called as a head, this portion is called as a body, and this portion is called as a tail. Okay. This portion is called as a
Excuse me, sir. Screen is not visible,
okay.
sir.
Wait. Okay. Now visible screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now before we want to start this riveted joint, I think you have come across two types of joints in theory portion. So that is what temporary joint, and a permanent joint. Okay, permanent joint. Okay, so temporary joint is the one so where you can easily assemble, where you can easily assemble and you can disassemble. So example is screw, bolt and nut, and some clamping. Okay, some clamping. So permanent joint is the one so where you can't easily disassemble or dismantle, where you can easily not dismantle or disassemble. So permanent joint is made up of some process where it cannot be detachable. Okay? So one is the welding procedure. One is what a welding procedure. So another one is riveting. Another one is riveting. So next brazing and soldering. So if we done any joint with the help of these processes, then that joint is what, an permanent joint. Then that joint is a permanent joint. Okay? So now let's go for riveting here. Riveting. So now this is what a rivet. So now riveting is done. So now riveting is a process. So where you need to drill the holes on a plate you want to join. Then with the help of some die, you need to convert the tail portion into head portion. The tail portion into head portion. After that one, you need to go for performing another two operations. That is what caulking and pullering. Caulking and pullering. So let us take an example here. So now I want to connect these two plates here. I want to connect these two plates. Now, now to connect these two plates, so you can go for placing one plate here. Okay, so now this is a plate I have moved here. This has been shifted to here. So you can go for joining. You can go for welding procedure. This is one method. Okay, but if you gone for the riveting, either you need to place one additional plate over here. Okay, one additional plate over here. Okay, or you need to place surface of one plate over the surface of another plate. Okay, now this is what one method, and this is another method. So here you have plate to connect. You have placed two plates here. So over this one you have placed one more plate, that is what called as a cover plate. But in this case you have placed a plate 1 2, just one surface is contacted with the another surface here. Okay, now let us look at only riveting procedure here. Now we need to perform the holes here. Okay, so let us take, okay, so now I want to join two plates. By riveting. Okay, so now I need to drill hole here. Okay, and hole here. So we'll see terminologies afterwards. Okay? We'll see terminology afterwards. Similarly, the plate which one you want to connect, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. So now place one more plate exactly below here. Okay, now that has to be drilled with the same hole, same size of hole, and at the same distance. Okay, at a same distance. Now insert this rivet here. Okay, rivet here. Okay, so now you are going to get a tail on bottom side here. You are going to get this tail. Now this tail has to be converted in the form of head. Converted in the form of head. So what they will do? They will place a dia here, die of same shape, counter shape. Okay, of head. So they will place it and they will hammer it. Okay, or they will go for using the presses. Okay, they will go for using the presses. Now this tail is going to be converted in a head shape, and a head shape here, right? Suppose if you draw its a front view. Okay, if you draw its a front view, I will show you. Okay, now this is what the front view of this joint. you need to make a hole. Okay, you need to insert the rivet, then you need to convert this tail to the head shape. Okay? This is what normally riveting. After that one, they will perform two operations. That is what a pull ring, and a caulking. Okay, so these two process or steps done uh, to make joint leak proof. To make joint leak proof. Okay, they will go for using some tools, chisel type tools, so where they can make the joint as a leak proof. Okay? Now this is what riveting. Now coming to the type of riveted joints here. Now this is important. Types of riveted joints. So mainly these are classified in a two. One is so mainly we're going to two types of joints here. One is what? Lap joint. Another one is butt joint. Another one is butt joint. Okay. Again, so lap joint may be classified in a different way. It is what? Single riveted, double riveted, triple riveted, quadruple riveted. Okay. Right? Here in butt joint, so it's going to be classified as mainly whether it is a single cover or it is a double cover. Okay? Whether it is a single cover or whether it is a double cover. So then again in single cover you can classify it as a single riveted, double riveted, triple riveted, quadruple riveted. Okay? So here also I can classify double cover, single riveted, double cover, double riveted, double cover, triple riveted, and double cover, quadruple riveted. You can just classify, right? One thing here, again, you can classify based on the type of riveting here, type of riveting. Now, for these cases, the riveting may be of a continuous or may be zigzag. Riveting may be continuous or zigzag. Similarly here, from double, triple for quadruple, so riveting may be of a continuous or zigzag, right? Similarly here in double cover, so whether it is a continuous or zigzag. Okay. Now let us show the some diagrams here, a lap joint and butt joint. Okay. I'll go for lap joint first. I'll go for first lap joints. So here in lap joints, okay. So arrangement of plates are done in a such a way that in this manner. Okay. Now some surface of one plate is lapped or overplaced on surface of the other, on surface of the other. Okay. In this way. Okay. Now suppose if you place only one rivet over here, okay, then this is called as a single riveted lap joint. Single riveted lap joint. Suppose if two rows are placed here, then this is called as a double riveted lap joint. Double riveted lap joint. Okay. Now you can just observe here the position of rivets in a same line. Okay, in a same line here. Okay. So now riveting is here. Riveting is of continuous. Riveting is continuous. Suppose if the riveting is staggered at a distance of half the pitch. Now I'll draw one more diagram here. If the riveting is staggered half the pitch, let us say I have placed one rivet here, one rivet here, one rivet here, one rivet here, one rivet here. That means so rivet's position is altered here. Now this is called as a double riveted lap joint. So zigzag riveting here. Zigzag riveting. Okay, zigzag riveting. Right. So double riveted lap joint, zigzag riveting. Clear? Lap joints. Okay. Now I'll go for butt joint. Now I'll go for a butt joint. So now in butt joint, the plates to connect are placed in a such a way that edge of one plate is in touch with edge of another plate. Edge of one plate is in touch with the edge of another plate. Here, okay. Just look out. Edge surface of one plate is in contact with the edge surface of the another plate. Right? Now, you keep in mind for butt joint, you need at least one cover plate. If no cover plate, then butt joint is not possible. Butt joint is not possible. If you are making a butt joint, you must have an cover plate. Then only the jointing will take place, or is it possible to make the butt joint? Now, now let us take this as a plate 1. Okay, now this is what a plate 2. Now you need to make a joint here. What I'll do, I'll go for a single cover plate here. I'll go for single cover plate. Okay, now hole is done on one side of the plate. Okay, to connect plate 1 here. Now same hole is also drilled on plate 1. Okay, now similarly hole is done on another side of the plate. So to connect plate 2, to connect plate 2. Now you just look out. In butt joint, how many number of rows you got? You got 2 rows. One for plate 1, one for plate 2. Right? Then riveting is done. Okay. Now you just look out. Connection is done. Now this is what a cover plate. If you done only one side, what will happen here? Now plate 1 is connected to cover plate only.
Sir, the one side with it, sir.
Now you just look out. If now this is what a plate 1 here. Okay. Now I made only one hole. Okay. And I made a riveting here. Right. Now there is no any connectivity for plate 2. Right. There is no any connectivity for plate 2. To get a connection, again you need to drill one more row on this side as well as on a plate 2. Okay, then you can get the connection. That means the transmission of forces here, plate 1 to rivet, rivet to cover plate to rivet, rivet to plate 2. In this way it will take place connection. Right, clear? Suppose if you say single cover butt joint, how many rows you are weaving here? You are weaving 2 rows. Okay, you are weaving 2 rows. One row is to be on plate 2, one row is to be on plate 1. Then only it is possible to form the joint. Okay, next. Now this is called as single cover butt joint. Okay, a single cover, I can rewrite here name, single cover, single riveted butt joint. Okay, now if I say double cover, double riveted butt joint, let us say so as usual, place the plates you want to join. Okay, edge to edge contact. Okay, now in this case you need 2 cover plates because you said it is a double cover plate. Okay, what I'll do, I'll place one cover plate above here. Okay, one cover plate below. Let us take this is a plate 2, this is plate 1, this is upper cover plate, this is what lower cover plate. Now the thing is that it is of double riveted. It is of double riveted. Double rivet means you need to place two rivets on each plate, two rows of rivets on each plate. Okay, look out here. Right. Now, how many number of rows? How many rows of rivets are visible here? Now, this is what
4.
joint. Okay, on left side you have two, on right side you have a two. Two rows to connect plate 2 to upper cover plate, lower cover plate. Two rows to connect plate 1, upper cover plate and lower cover plate. Right. Now this is what a continuous. This is what a continuous. If they say zigzag, now we'll draw double cover plate. Okay, double riveted butt joint in bracket zigzag riveting in bracket zigzag riveting. Now look out here. Now this is plate 1. Okay, this is what a plate 2. This is bottom cover plate. Okay, this is the upper cover plate. Okay. Now, if the rivets are placed in such a way that now just look out, they are in a zigzag manner. They are in a zigzag manner. So now this type of rivets which are placed in a zigzag manner, okay, are called as a zigzag riveting. Are called zigzag riveting. Clear? Okay. You have any doubts in butt joint? If only one cover plate is there, then you don't go for bottom cover plate, you go for only upper cover plate. If double cover plate is there, then you go for upper cover plate and bottom cover plate. If only one cover or single cover plate, then you go for only top cover plate. Clear? I think you have drawn diagrams in not done. So okay. Let it be. Now, coming to the terminologies. Okay. Coming to the terminologies. Okay. So now for this one, I will go for this sketch itself. Okay. Terminology. Now, T is called a plate thickness here. T is called a plate thickness, and T1 is called thickness of cover plate. Okay. Here you are going to get a two dimensions, D and DH. Okay. Next, so the transverse distance, okay, is called as a transverse pitch here. It's called as a transverse pitch, and this longitudinal pitch is called as a pitch. Is called as a pitch. Okay, and distance from this hole to this edge is termed as a margin. Okay, I'll write here. Now, so PT refers to the transverse pitch. Okay, so PT equal to 0.6 p. Okay, and PT equal to 0.5 p. You need to check these equation. Okay, you need to check. Okay, so now P equal to 3D. This is what pitch. Okay, it is a longitudinal pitch or longitudinal pitch. Right. Next, so T is what? Plate thickness. Plate thickness. This is what mm. All dimensions are mm here. Okay, mm. So as I said, you are going to get a D equal to DH. Okay. So now DH is what? Rivet hole diameter. Rivet hole diameter. Okay. D equal to a diameter of rivet. Diameter of rivet. And M is what? Margin. M is margin. So T1 equal to thickness of upper cover plate or thickness of cover plate. You will get all these notations in a data handbook. Okay, so I'll scan and send you a data handbook tomorrow. Okay, right? Now some empirical relations you need to remember. So to calculate the diameter of rivet hole. Okay, so I'll give that one at the time of solving the problems. Okay. Now let us go for failure of riveted joints. So now failure of riveted joints, just I'll write here. First one is sharing of rivets. Second, the tearing of plate. Now, tearing of plate. So we have two cases here. Across margin. Now tearing of plate across pitch. Across pitch. Okay. Next, Fourth one is crushing of rivet or rivet holes. Okay? Crushing of rivets or rivet holes. Okay? Another one is sharing of margin. Sharing of margin. Okay. Now the entire design. So design of riveted joints based on these formulas. Based on these formulas as well as based on these criteria. Okay. So I'll stop here. I will continue tomorrow. Okay. So you just give the attendance.